Oh, welcome. Well, we're going to start this at the beginning of November, and hopefully, if everything works out right, we'll end it in December. So we'll see how we go. I bought this truck purely because I was getting sick and tired to try and get in and out with trailers and things like that from these tight places. So I thought, you know what, this is a good secondary option type of thing. It did cost me about $200,000, I think, or close enough to it. So it wasn't cheap. Our combines, one of my combines is still going, the others have stopped, which is fine. This truck is, it's a nice truck and everything else, but it's very, very prone to just, jumping on the, collapsing on itself. It's probably the best way to say it. Does it have a beacon? No, it doesn't. So we'll go sell our eggs and then we'll come back and rest. Okay, so we're selling the eggs here. This isn't the best price, the farmer's market. There were places where you get quite a bit more money, but as most of you are aware, you get a little bit of extra bonus as farmer's market. Now, whether that makes up for the fact that I was losing about $80, $90 per 1,000 liters, I don't know. But I suppose this is how it is. So I like this truck and I like everything about it, but it just seems to be so prone to being on its side all the time. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Now, I'm going to do my best to try and not show too much of this, me selling stuff, because we're going to concentrate on harvesting. So after I sell this, it's going to be harvest time. And then hopefully we'll do some of that and then jump into December, and we will finish today in December sometimes. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do in December, but whatever we need to do, we will get it done in December. Okay. I sent him home from here last time and he couldn't make it. Well, he didn't even try. So I'm going to flop him up here onto the main road. And then I'm going to hope that from here it's going to be easier for him to know where to go. What's the difference now between farmers market? So 25, there's 70, there's $100 almost difference. It's a multi-grain production, but anyway. Okay, where are we? Oh, we're down. Oh, we're completely in the wrong part of the map. So let's try create job. This no, go to, that's fine. Here. Let's put him up a bit more. Okay, let's get him not to turn around. Hey, what did I see? This guy. I'll jump onto my not create job. Where is my combine? There was, come on, go away. Okay, there we are. Oh, he's found that. Out of the whole thing, That's the only thing that he could find, right? You know, here's me thinking that, you know, having the two combines, it's gonna make it so much easier. And don't get me wrong, it has, obviously. But it's still gonna be a struggling time to get everything organized. Now, we had a little bit of an unfortunate thing that it rained for a big part, quite a large part of September, October. I was going to say September, but it's October. And obviously that kind of put a spanner in the works as per se. But that's a-okay, not a problemo. So we're at 77% over here, so not so good over here. On the some parts of this, we went very good. We went as good as actually, I think it's 88% max, and I think we 87% max. And we went as far as 89 on some, but obviously just very small parts. So yeah, we did okay from that point of view. Now, once we finish with this, we've got a couple of smaller fields to worry about as far as sunflower is concerned. I've set up the guy that my worker, to do the soybeans. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We will definitely see what happens. But we should be a-okay, I think. We do have some rain coming up, but it's later in the day, so I'll allow it. I'll slow it down a little bit. As you know, Daggerwin Chainsaw do the same thing when things like this happen. But I want to get a little bit of a better light than what we're currently having. Oops. I really missed the Instant Wash app. That was awesome. Okay, so how are we going? We're doing okay. We're at 98% full. 99. So somehow doubted that we'll make it to 100%. I really like this tractor. The only thing that I don't like is, I mean, I like the fact that it's fast, but ridiculously fast. Like, this is Ferrari fast. So it would be nice if it was a little bit more realistic as far as the speed is concerned. Okay, we'll go back to our combine and finish this little bit. I really wish that I could wash this. I wonder if I could. No, you know, one of those portable pressure washers. I wonder if I could attach it to the combine itself, but I might end up having who knows what sort of issues in the game. There's already some issues in the game where you just get reset to the workshop, and yeah, don't want to be going too much of a, you know, pain in the game. We try and keep it as good as possible, probably, you know, as worry free as possible, as no issues as possible, you know. So yeah. Okay, so we finished one field of sunflowers. Not a lot if you think about it, not a lot at all, but then again, this is by far the biggest field. So I like the double gates here. I hate the single gates over there. You can't even fit through, so. You know what, I'm gonna set the worker to do these. So I kind of want to see what's happening with, So we got almost 60,000 liters from this field. Imagine if you could get this field to go to like 120% or something like that. That would be fantastic. I think I'll take over this one. Go with 90%. That's the one. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. And we'll get a bit of time lapse going, eh? Alright, so we're harvesting now the soybeans at, it looks like we're at 122%, 121, 102%, so 4 tons, 4.4 tons per hectare is by the looks of it. So that's doing pretty good. Too bad that this is small fields. I've given up on that field a little bit that I was doing myself, for no other reason other than that I wanted to drive this combine a little bit. So I set him up to do the big field. And I thought, you know, this way it gives me an opportunity to drive this combine for a little bit. And then I'll set up the worker to do that field right there. And then I'm pretty sure we're done with harvesting for this year. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We still have a little bit of soybeans to go. Not a huge amount, but we have a little bit to go. So yeah, I'm not quite sure how large this episode is going to be, but I'm going to do my best to try and edit it so it's not over the top. Yeah, generally people don't sit there and watch the whole lot, so I think it's pointless me putting out a 1 hour long episode. I've done my best to try and sort of keep it within reason, but yeah, that doesn't always work because I don't want you know, to miss out a lot of the work that I'm doing, and then all of a sudden here I turn up with truckloads of money. You're like, where'd you get all that money from? If you know what I mean. So kind of becomes a bit of a catch-22. What do you do? How much you show, how much you don't show. So yeah, but we have harvested quite a bit. If you look at our map, so we've still got those two with sunflower as well. So we got a little bit of sunflower to go. Got a little bit less of soybeans. We got that bit over there and this. But I forgot about those two fields at the top. So by the time I'm celebrating it, yeah, we're done with sunflower. So finally I've set up my canola flour to be made. Before I did that, I had to make sure that I get rid of all the other flour because I don't want to forget about it and then end up with a bunch of flour and canola flour, and then all mixed into one, and then, you know, I don't pay attention to it and make bread out of it, which I don't want to do because canola flour is quite well priced compared to normal flour. So we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. I like this combine. It got filthy real quick, but I do like this combine. Class combines seem to be, I don't know, they seem to just have a nicer look about them, don't they? I don't know why. Even this was the American coloring until a couple of years back, which I believe Class then decided to have the same coloring for everybody. Nothing special about having a totally different color for the American market. So yeah. I genuinely wish that the map designer would have fixed up the collisions on the map. Not that it's a huge deal. It's not that big of a deal, really. But yeah, it's a bit of a pain. You set up the worker, you think he's doing work, and then he's stuck on a collision there. And I say that, and maybe he has fixed it, but I just haven't updated my map. Not that I've seen an update for this map. If there is and you know about it, let me know. Or maybe the map creators just simply doing other projects, and you know, this project's a bit old now. So he's probably thinking it's not much point me going in there and fixing it now. When, you know, people have played this map and enjoyed this map thoroughly. Like, this is definitely one of the nicest maps around. Not just because of the scenery, of the scenic side of things, which are obviously fantastic, but the beauty of this map is the realistic side of things. And I don't mean it because it looks realistic, because there's buildings and so on and so on. I mean it more in the sense of the creation of the fields. You know, a lot of the maps are so nice and so organized when it comes to the fields that they don't actually feel like they're realistic. Because in real life, it doesn't work like that. You don't get the luxury in real life to say, hey, I'm going to have a field that's perfectly, you know, straight edges or perfectly placed with the field next to it. In real life, it doesn't really operate like that. So this is the beauty with these fields, that you actually have to go through a field to get to another field, and entries that are awkward and weird places, exactly what would happen in real life. How many times you hear people arguing because they're not, you know, the owner of the land next to him will not let him have access to his land because, I don't know, something stupid that they argued over, like people generally tend to do. And then they decide, nah, you know what, you can't go into your land anymore because I'm not giving access to my land. People end up, you know, doing all sorts of stupid things to try and convince the previous landowner to force him to let him have access, and the other person's stubborn as anything and says no, and so on and so on. So it's exactly what happens to this map. Is you will not that you have arguments with the neighbors, but you don't have access to every single field from where you think you should. And this is what the beauty of this map is. Okay, so we're gonna end up reaching 100. I just spoken. There we are at 100%. No matter where I place this tractor, again, I don't know how much of it, but on this field over there, the square one, no matter where I placed the tractor, I kept moving the tractor around, and it was always in the way. It's as if the combine said, yep, you moved it there, but you're in my way again. So yeah, that was an interesting scenario. So we've got this field and 3 more fields of sunflower. Now I have the money. I may end up selling all these combines and just upgrade to the biggest ones, or maybe I'll be, you know, lucky enough that they'll arrive in here. But other than that, I may just sell them just for the fun of it. At the end of the day, it is a game, and you know, now that I know that it's almost at the end of everything, probably by the next harvest, I will just look at buying, I don't know, 2 of the biggest classes, or John Deere or whatever. What do you think? Let me know. I realize that the point of this is to win. I don't think I'll have any problems in winning, to be honest. If all this sunflower that I put, I'll make flour out of it. I haven't looked, but I know for every 70,000 of this flour, I get just under 110,000 liters of sunflower flour, which is just under $2 million. So if I do sunflower all my fields, I'm pretty sure that I can win. And so you can see what I've been saying for all along is that even Daggerwin and even Chainsaw, if they really just wanted to let's just make money and nothing else matters type of thing, I think you would find that they would do far better things. Like you look at Daggerwin with the 2 sawmills, just that alone has made him so much money that he literally had to say, well, we'll limit it to, and so on and so on. So I'm not saying this as criticism. I'm just saying that if the purpose was just purely and simply to win, I think Daggerwin and all that would have made different options. Obviously they want to win, and obviously it is a competition and all that sort of stuff, but both of them are looking at making the game enjoyable and playable as well. There are so many things that you could do on this map that, well, now that they've got production, that you could make millions. I mean, I'll give you just one example. I'm sure there's others far better than that. If you just put sunflower everywhere, you just make flour out of the sunflower. Yeah. Depending, I reckon if I put sunflower on every single block of land that I have. Last year I didn't have as much sunflower. How much do I have in there? Well, hang on, see soybeans. If I put sunflower in all the fields, I could probably make 4 million a year. So if I do next year, just for argument's sake, next harvest, just sunflower everywhere, probably make $4 or $5 million out of flour, and obviously fairly easy to then make a lot of money and win. Which is not the point, but is the point at the same time. I think you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Now, I'm not quite sure on how long this episode's already been, because I've recorded bits and pieces. Normally I record a full, whatever, 30, 40, 50 minutes, and then, or an hour or whatever. I don't think I've ever gone to an hour of play in game. And then I edit to try and get it to about half an hour. But this time, because I was doing so much harvesting and all that sort of stuff, I thought, you know what, let's just sort of cut. And so, instead of me having to go through hours of the game and try and edit, I just sort of try to edit as I'm going along, if that makes sense. So I'm not quite sure how long we are. I know this particular recording is about 20 minutes now. So obviously, easily we've got half an hour. Now, it's not that big of a deal, because I can start in November next episode and finish by the end of December. This would be episode 47 for me, I think. Yeah, 47. So I'm up to date with Daggerwin. The only difference is I'm a day behind, because I'm waiting for them to post their video, and then I post mine. I don't, as far as I know, Daggerwin doesn't have a set time that this is what we're going to do. Sometimes they do 1 or 2 episodes, sometimes they do 3 episodes. And there's some of my already that I've got. Can I zoom in enough? Canola sunflower. But anyway, this guy started to have a lot of glitches, and I couldn't get him to fix itself up, so I had to get rid of him, reset him here. Actually, not get rid of him, that sounds like I sold him in. Reset him and send him back to the office here, to the shop here office, and yeah, and then hopefully no more glitches. Hopefully no more glitches, hey? There's my weight on the back. I like this tractor. There's another tractor that I downloaded, which was, I think in FS22 was released. Was it in medium tractors? Or did I not? I may have not activated him. It was the Massey Ferguson version. There's the Mercedes ones. Never used them ever. The DLC came out. I don't know why I've never used them, because they look like, how many horsepower? 110 horsepower. Is that the max? 150. What's design one? Okay, it's got some little loader attacher on the back. Yeah, look, they're pretty well priced for 150 horsepower. Yeah, we might have to start looking into these tractors as well. It's not in the small tractors, is it, with the Massey Ferguson, the big one? No, definitely not. I just didn't activate it. I think most of you know which one I'm talking about. I really like this tractor. Just gonna leave you right here, not bother driving you anywhere. That wasn't the point. I haven't even the buffalo milk. Yeah, why not? But well, none of that, none of this. Still haven't done anything about this guy. Nothing here. And back to my sunflower guy. He's obviously going to have plenty of time to do whatever he needs to do. Anyway, I think on that bombshell, we'll end this episode. So what I'll do is I'll finish. Actually, before I start committing to something, let's double check the weather. So it's supposed to rain at 3. Okay, so we got plenty of time. Yeah, I'll let these guys do this, finish this particular field, and then we'll start our next episode with harvesting the leftover of that as far as soybeans are concerned. And where is this guy here? So I got more sunflower seed now than what I had in my last one. So we easily would have over $2 million worth of sunflower flour. Anyway, have a wonderful day wherever you are around the world. God bless you and your family. And yeah, you be kind to each other. See you next time. Bye-bye.